stormy waters, to be near you, to be free. I am flying, I am flying like a bird across the sky. I am flying, passing high clouds, to be near you, to be free. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Through the dark night, far away. I am dying, forever crying, to be with you. Who can say? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Through the dark night, far away. I am dying, forever crying, to be with you. Who can say?
Midnight, not a sound from the pavement. Has the moon lost her memory? She is smiling alone. In the lamplight, the withered leaves collect at my feet, and the wind begins to moan. Memory, all alone in the moon.
VP Watchers as well, thank you.
I can smile at the old days. I was beautiful then. I remember the time I knew what happiness was. Let the memory live again. Every street lamp seems to beat a fatalistic warning. Someone mutters and the street lamp gutters, and soon it will be morning. Daylight, I must wait for the sunrise. I must think of a new life, and I mustn't give in. When the dawn comes, tonight will be a memory too, and a new day will begin.
We are gathered here today to honour, remember and celebrate the life of Mavis Andrews. I met with some of Mavis's family and we talked about her long life through all the highs and lows of life, raising a family she loved and meeting some lovely people along the way. My name is Rachel Smith and I'm a humanist funeral celebrant, and this service is all about Mavis, her world and her people. It's a time to remember, a time to reflect, and a time to say goodbye. And whatever faith you hold, you're so welcome here today to say goodbye to Mavis in your way. Mavis moved here to Northern Ireland in 2018 for a new chapter of her life. She made wonderful friends and enjoyed time with family. She went to the coffee shop every day, and her magnetic personality drew people in. Due to illness, she moved to El Shama, I hope I've said that right, Shama, care home in 2024. Sadly, in October, she became really unwell. She went into Lisbon Intermediate Care Centre, and they were amazing. Sadly, on the 19th of November, she died. She'd been surrounded by love. It was in her 90th year of life. When someone dies at first, our minds seem to go to recent days. But let your mind travel further, to days gone by, to the whole of Mavis's long life and the many people she met along the way. She was that little girl at life beginning in as the Second World War begun. Pandemics and wars and an ever-changing world. And there was Mavis, travelling through it all. She held many roles in life and was especially a loved mum and nanny. She will be missed, and each memory shared, she becomes part of the day. With each memory held, she is here. Legacy is left in so many different ways. The family we create, but also the moments we share. The stories that pass for generations to come. The company shared in a cafe for a chat. Mavis was really important to her family, and she was loved. And I'd now like to invite James, her grandson, to come read a poem.
Thank you very much. This is for you, dear Nanny. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rains fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. And we love you, and we'll miss you always. Thank you.
Really beautifully read, and it's hard to be first, so thank you. Let's take a little moment of reflection and take a moment to think about who Mavis was to you, and we shall hear a piece of music.
Gentlemen,
Mavis Ida Louisa Andrews was born on the 10th of March 1936 in Edmonton in London. She was the fourth child of Stanley and Louisa Cheetham. Her siblings were Stan, Les, Eileen, Brian, and Brian is still with us today. The others have sadly passed away. As a little girl, she had lots of challenges with her health, and due to illness, spent much of her youth in convalescence homes. She was evacuated to the West Country during the war for a few months, as was life for a lot of young people growing in London at that time. She met Dennis Wilson, her future husband, at the All Saints Convalescent Home in Eastbourne, and they got married in 1958 and went on to have 3 children, Michael, Janice and Kevin. She was a great mum and created a happy childhood for her family. The family lived in Catford until 69 and they moved to Bromley. Dennis and Mavis parted company in 83 and the kids grew and begun their own lives. Mike moved to Canada and she visited and she enjoyed times with Janice and Kevin. Very sadly, Janice died in 92 at just 27 years old of ovarian cancer, and Mavis' heart was truly broken and a little bit remained broken always. Mavis worked in various jobs, including insurance, administration roles, childminding, and various volunteering roles as a hospital DJ. Her volunteer roles were a really important part of her life, and she worked in the eye hospital in the Mayday in Purley in Surrey. She was often seen around town riding on her moped. She was really grateful for Kevin, because Kevin was loyal and so loving to his mum, and they always had such a strong and lovely bond. Mavis met and married Ted Andrews. He was a London cab driver and lived in Hornchurch, North London. They spent 18 happy years together, travelling extensively and enjoying family life. Mavis loved to travel, many a wonderful trip, Europe and the USA. Very sadly, Ted died in 2002 and Mavis moved back to Surrey. She became a nanny and was a loving grandmother to James, Dom, Livia, Elliot, Natalie and Lauren. She was also a much-loved daughter-in-law and was a great, she really adored her daughter-in-laws and was a great mother-in-law to Kat and Orla. And thankfully, Orla was a true dab hand at all her meds in recent times. Life is full of so many chapters, and along the way, Mavis's family loved and cared for her as she did for them. And Mike said it was an honour over this recent chapter to look after her. And I'd like to hand over to Mike to read some words. You got yours.
Thank you all for coming today, and for those viewing on live stream. Mum was very well loved, but also very well liked. I see some people here today who would have known her from the Glass House Cafe in Lisbon, where she spent many a morning with a cappuccino and toast. I recently became aware that she was known in the cafe as the Governor. Firstly, thank you to Orla, James, Kevin and Dominic for the love and support you've shown Mum, especially over the last few weeks when Mum's health was failing. Also thank you to Elshamar and the Lisbon Intermediate Care Centre. When you lose someone you love, your first thoughts often turn to significant events in their life that you have shared. Marriages, births, celebrations, but also tragedies that are part of life. However, as time passes, it's the more mundane memories that sometimes rise to the surface. Memories that at the time held no significance whatsoever. I remember coming home from school on many occasions, and my mum doing the ironing, watching Wimbledon. It meant nothing at the time, really. Going way back, perhaps I think it was 1971, when decimalisation came in. And I distinctly remember my mum taking myself and Janice to a sweet shop and getting really flummoxed with all the new coins and just didn't understand it at the time. How upset she was the day Elvis died. Kevin will remember this. when she moved into a new house in Purley in Surrey, and the builders had forgotten to connect the waste pipe to the bath. Well, of course, when Kevin went and had the bath, the water all fell down through the ceiling. Oh, how we laughed at that. Listening and laughing with her to Terry Wogan every morning before setting off to school. We still say when we're cooking beef, would you like it rare, medium, or how Mum did it? Very well done. Mum had great joy in her life, but also great sadnesses too. Losing her siblings, Stan, Eileen, and recently Les. The loss of Ted after many years of marriage, also the loss of her beloved daughter Janice, our sister, aged 27, which in all honesty cast a shadow over Mum's life for the rest of her time. Mum enjoyed travelling, which she did a lot with her husband Ted, and also later on with many friends. She travelled extensively to most countries in Europe. There's not many countries she didn't visit, from Slovakia, Switzerland, Sweden, they don't all begin with S, Spain, but most countries in Europe. She also visited us in Canada on 4 or 5 occasions. One place she especially loved was America. So goodbye, Mum. Thank you for everything, your love, your company, and the care you gave us. And the roast beef. Thank you.
Kevin, would you like to come and say a few words?
Okay. Mum, you've always been there for me through the good times and the fun times. You also with me through difficulties and sad times too, to comfort me and let me know things will get better. A shoulder to cry on and a loving hug. You were there whenever I needed you. I will miss our chats and I'll miss your hugs. I'll always miss you and I'll always love you. Thank you for being my mum.
Beautifully said. Let's take a moment of reflection. This is your time to sit in peace and remember who Mavis was to you. And I think we're going to see a little slideshow.
That I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow skies, a blue wind, the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds roads are far behind me. Where troubles melt like lemon drops, oh, way above the chimney tops, that's where you find me. Someday I'll wish upon a star.
Soon we will move from here out into a bright winter's day with memories of Mavis in your heart and your mind, also holding those closest to her in ours. In life we leave behind possessions and we worry that things will break or bend, but the real treasure is the love and the connections we make along the way. They are always kept, stored and remembered for generations to come. On behalf of the family, thank you for being here today, and you're all invited to the family home afterwards to share stories and memories of your connections with Mavis. It's recommended that you park in the Premier Inn, as parking at the house is really limited. I'd now like to ask Dom to come and say a few words.
Hi everyone, thank you for coming today to honour my nanny's life. I know some of you well, others not as well, but I know her impact was wide-reaching, so I'm very appreciative of you all. I just wanted to say a few words from a quote that I have admired for years and that I haven't been able to get out of my head since Nanny's passing last Wednesday. Picture a wave in the ocean. You can see it, measure it, its height, and the way the sunlight refracts when it passes through, and it's there, and you can see it. You know what it is, it's a wave. And then it crashes in the shore and it's gone, but the water is still there. The wave was just a different way for the water to be for a little while. The wave returns to the ocean, back to where it came from. I'm so grateful to have been able to see and get to know my nanny well since her move to Northern Ireland. You'll be missed. I love you lots, and may you rest in peace.
Another beautiful reading. Thank you, Dom. In a moment, we'll gather ourselves to go, but I'd like to share with you a final poem. A poem for Mavis, returning to her daughter, Janice. Under a soft blanket of fallen leaves, safe in the hush of whispering trees, I have come home. My time here on earth is now done. All the noise and the clamour, the joy and the pain, and the powerful life force that drove me onwards has slipped away into the quiet of eternity, and I am at peace. From now on, I will dance through your memories, threading thoughts of love through your heart. The pain of loss will gradually ease, the sadness will lift, the days will be lighter and the nights not so long, for I am still here. When you walk through this place, you will feel me in the gentle touch of a breeze on your face, in the sunlight dappling the forest floor, in the murmur of the branches high above you. I am all around. I've returned to the place from whence I came, to the elements that created me. The earth that gave me the life I so loved has welcomed me back to her, to be at one with all her beauty. Here, under my blanket of fallen leaves, I found my resting place. I have come home. Thank you. We're going to hear one final piece of music and we will gather ourselves to go.
Pretty amazing grace is what you showed me. Pretty amazing grace is who you are. I was an empty vessel, you filled me up inside, and with amazing grace restored my pride. Pretty amazing grace is how you saved me, and with amazing grace reclaimed my heart. Love in the midst of chaos, calm in the heat of war.
Orla says parking will be okay. So could we please be upstanding?
You forgave my insensitivity and my attempt to then mislead you. You stood beside a wretch like me. Your pretty amazing grace was all I needed. Stumbled inside the doorway of your chapel, humbled and awed by everything I found. Beauty and love surround me, freed me from what I feared. Asked for amazing grace, and you
Please do follow
appeared.
out. Thank
You
you.
overcame my loss of hope and faith, gave me the truth I could believe in. You led me to a higher place, showed your amazing grace, when grace was what I needed. Look in a mirror, I see your reflection. Open a book, you live on every page. I fall and you're there to lift me. You share every road I climb, and with amazing grace you ease my mind.